Hello, and thank you for joining the Cruise Web and Oceania Cruises for this exclusive webinar. Today, we will focus on our 2022 season launch, highlighting just a few of our 2022 itineraries to illustrate how Oceania Cruises immerses you in a destination so you can connect with a country through its people, through its food, and through its culture. My name is Morgan Beltayev, and I am the Director of Strategic Accounts for Oceania Cruises. I've been with Oceania Cruises for 3 years, working very closely with the Cruise Web. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Oceania Cruises. We are working closely with the CDC and with countries around the world to ensure that cruising remains the safest form of travel by any metric. We've recently published new health and safety protocols, and we will have more developments in the months ahead. Please know that your travel advisor from the Cruise Web can share our latest health protocols with you after this presentation. It's important to note that tuning among travel companies, cruise lines, are held to a higher standard of accountability and transparency. No other form of travel works with the CDC in the way cruise lines do, and ultimately that means a safer and better experience for you. We understand that you, our guests, are looking for safety. You want to know when you sail with us, your health and safety is paramount. So we've partnered with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines to create the Healthy Sail panel, co-chaired by Governor Michael Levitt, former governor of Utah, and Secretary of Health and Human Services, as well as Dr. Scott Gottlieb, former commissioner of the FDA, along with an impressive group of scientists and specialists in public health. We developed a 74 points plan to return to sailing safely and submitted it to the CDC. Last week, we received the great news that the no-sail order was lifted. We continue to work with the CDC to implement the measures that will allow us to return to the water safely, hopefully very soon. On this slide, you can see some of the measures that we are looking to implement to keep our crew healthy, our guests safe, and operate safely in the regions we visit. Some of them include pre-cruise tasting, screening, and check-in, onboard face covering, physical distancing, hand sanitation, and health monitoring. Aboard our ships, we'll have increased sanitation measures, upgraded air filtration, enhanced medical teams and facilities, and ashore, destination and itineraries and shore excursions that will be safe. These are just a few of the components of our plan, and we will be talking more and developing more and sharing more as the CTC continue to work with us and approve the plans that we've submitted. But we know that the world has gone through a lot of changes over the last several months, and no one wants to travel with uncertainty. That's why we launched Oceania Cruises Travelers Assurance Program. It allows for the cancellation of any paid-in-full booking up to 15 days prior to departure. If you need to cancel, we will issue a further cruise credit equal to 100% of the fare. It applies to all bookings made by November 30th of 2020 for all published voyages through 2022. It essentially removes the risk of uncertainty and allows you to plan your travel with confidence. While today and tomorrow remains uncertain, we are confident in that we'll be cruising again in 2022. So done with the CDC and the COVID part of the presentation, and now on to the more exciting product part of this presentation. Oceania Cruises is renowned for its three core pillars of distinction. Our exquisitely crafted cuisine, delivering the finest cuisine at sea, and our small luxurious ships, providing genuine anticipatory service to a select number of guests, and our curated travel experiences with a focus on destination immersion experiences. Today, we're going to focus on our third core pillar specifically. We'll highlight just a few of our 2022 itineraries to illustrate how Oceania Cruises immerses you again in the destination so you can connect with a country through its people, its food, and its culture, because that's what we really do best. Coming up, a sneak peek at our latest collection of Europe and North America itineraries, which is already available to view on our website and open for bookings as of Wednesday, November 11th. Itineraries will range from 7 nights to 25 nights with plenty of 10 to 14 night options. So this is what you can expect with our 2022 season launch. 110 itineraries with 77 new routes, 10 new ports, including 3 in Norway, Bristol in the UK, Kotka in Finland, Killebeg in Ireland, very exciting new port, but also in Italy, Porto Torres, and Eureka in California, for those of you that are wine aficionados. 79 overnight stays, and that's so exclusive to Oceana because as a cruise line, you really work to maximize your exploration time, and we implement overnight so you just get to do that. And 49 extended journeys to allow you to extend above and beyond your cruise. We'll start with the Mediterranean. So our European season begins in April with an expansive selection of itineraries exploring the Eastern Mediterranean. We're excited to be returning to Turkey with visits to Istanbul and Kusadasi and ports beyond such as Antalya, Marmaris, and Bodrum. We'll visit the Holy Land, the Adriatic, Malta, and Greece, and return to the Black Sea for the first time in several years. Our Western Mediterranean itineraries offer a wonderful blend of marquee and boutique ports of call. We will span Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, and return to Morocco and the Canary Islands in 2022. Very exciting. Then going on to Baltic, Scandinavia, and Northern Europe, Marina and Sirena will spend most of the summer season cruising the British Isles, Scandinavia, and the North Cape. We even have a sailing going to the Arctic Circle, as well as the Baltics. And Insignia will explore Greenland and Iceland. Marina's highlights include the 11-day Copenhagen to Stockholm Heritage to Hermitage voyage with 2 overnights in St. Petersburg and visits to Germany, Lithuania, Estonia, and more. The 10-day fjord and seascape journey sailing from Oslo to London, featuring the new port of Maløy in Norway, the 14-day Oslo to Amsterdam, Northern Europe Explorer Cruise, featuring the new port of Kotka in Finland and Aarhus in Denmark, with an overnight in St. Petersburg as well. In North America, closer to home, for those of you that would prefer to stay closer to home, the Rivieras spend most of the season in Alaska with a series of 7 to 13-day itineraries. At just 30,000 tons, she's the perfect size to explore Alaska without the crowds. She'll then explore the California coast, perfect for, again, our wine aficionados. And close to home, Insignia will offer a series of cruises from New York to Bermuda, with 4 nights in Bermuda, docked in St. George and Hamilton. Insignia will spend the fall exploring Canada and New England before ending the season with a 25-day round-trip Miami voyage exploring the Amazon. Now I want to go ahead and start exploring a few sampled itineraries that really describe the thought process that Oceana puts into building its itineraries. We'll start with the Mediterranean sailing, Rivieras and Balkans, on June 25 of 2022 on the Riviera. This 12-day Barcelona to Venice is a new itinerary. What is particularly interesting about this specific sailing is that it really showcases the attention that Oceania Cruises is putting into the creation of its itineraries to really maximize your exploration time. This itinerary is quite port intensive, with only 1 sea day, visiting 6 countries in 12 days, including France, Italy, and Croatia. Most of our itineraries feature overnights in marquee ports. On this sailing, you'll overnight in Venice. Our itineraries also feature many late evening stays. On this itinerary, you'll notice 3 late evening stays, with Monte Carlo up until 10 p.m., Dubrovnik until 10 p.m. as well, and Koper, Slovenia until 11 p.m. With this itinerary, I'd like to showcase one of our Go Local tours. This new immersive tour series takes travelers into the lives and homes of the locals. These exclusive small batch tours go beyond the tourist sites and take you in the fabric of local communities. You'll experience destinations on an entirely new level where you are welcomed into local homes and businesses and immersed into their way of life. This specific excursion, one that I really like, takes place in France, Provence Black Truffle Discovery. Imagine spending a day truffle hunting in woods of the Provence countryside. Between May and September, we find ourselves in travel season. You'll enjoy a drive through the provincial countryside before arriving near the village of Rognes, which is known for its wine, agriculture, and the cultivation of black truffles. These black truffles are often called in France black provincial diamonds. They grow underground near the roots of specific host trees, and their location is closely guarded as the truffles are highly prized. With a truffle hunter and a specially trained truffle hunting dog, yes, a dog, you will head into the woods in search of black truffles. And once the dog sniffs out a truffle, the hunter will show you how to extract it from the soil without damaging it. It is a slow and a very methodical process. After the hunt, you'll enjoy a tasting of truffles, of course, perfectly paired with local wines. And it will be the ultimate experience to really appreciate these gourmet treats that are truffles. We're moving on to another itinerary, one of in the Holy Land. In 2022, we'll have multiple Holy Land itineraries going to Israel. This one, Domes to Dairies, on the Nautica September 4 of 2022, is a new itinerary as well, from Jerusalem to Venice, 12 days. This is another one of our port-intensive itineraries, visiting 7 countries in 12 days, including Israel, Turkey, Greece, Croatia, and Italy. Look at how much time in Jerusalem, Haifa, from September 4 to September 6, and an overnight in Venice. You'll also have evening stays in Ephesus until 11 p.m. and then in Syros, Greece until 11 p.m. as well. So a lot of time to really get to explore and maximize that exploration time that is so valuable. For this itinerary, I would like to highlight one of our wellness tours, yoga at Lochram Island and Old Town Dubrovnik. Our wellness seekers will really enjoy participating in one of our wellness tours designed in conjunction with Aquamar Spa. Imagine practicing yoga at the shade of a leafy olive grove on Lochram Island, cruising to and from the island in a small boat while admiring the spectacular scenery and exploring Dubrovnik, medieval old town. Well, that's exactly what you'll do with this excursion. You'll enjoy a relaxing yoga class held in the shade of an olive grove on Lochram Island, and then stroll through Dubrovnik's medieval old town. A short but scenic boat ride will bring you to the island, which Benedictine monks first populated in the 11th century. Over time, the island was abandoned and its forest became a natural wellness. This is really a unique experience, especially for those wellness seekers. The next itinerary I'd like to highlight, and this is one of my favorite, I have to say, Enchanting Ireland, June 25, 2022 on the Sirena. It is an immersive, this is the perfect itinerary to discover and fully immerse yourselves in Ireland with a new city each day. It starts and ends in Dublin, so it's the perfect itinerary to add a pre or post land program. The unique design to this itinerary is specific to Oceana. Again, really immersive, a city each day, late stays in Cork until 10 p.m. and as well in Belfast until 11 p.m. A beautiful itinerary. On this itinerary, I'd like to highlight one of our culinary discovery tours, Ballymallow Cooking School near Cork. This is a very exclusive and inspiring visit to one of the world's top culinary destination, Ballymoly. Situated in in the heart of a sprawling 100-acre organic farm, you will tour the unique culinary and herb gardens, wander about the free-range poultry and dairy farm, and then sit for a sumptuous lunch. You'll enjoy an intimate three-course lunch with a small group of guests and your chef host. It's an unforgettable day at a venue celebrated as the Mecca of Irish country cuisine. Our executive chef Jacques Pépin, is actually friend with the chef at Ballymoly, and he chose this excursion because it's really, really special and with an emphasis on the quality of the ingredients and the quality and superb food. And our chef Jacques Pépin says, you cannot make a great tomato soup with a lousy tomato. And this is really what Oceana is all about, choosing the perfect ingredients, the right ingredients to deliver really a superior cuisine while on board and superior experiences while on shore. Moving on to one last itinerary, Radiant Alaska. Oceana has a very unique positioning in Alaska, offering small ship experience compared to the mega ship experience other cruise lines may offer. Imagine getting in and out of the ship while never having to wait. This itinerary is on the regatta and will depart on August 8th of 2022. It is a round trip Seattle, 10 days, and with late night stays in Juneau and also Victoria, both until 11 p.m. It includes all the Alaska essentials with Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway, Sitka, and you'll also get to cruise the inside passage and the outside passage. So a great itinerary for especially for a first-time Alaska cruiser. On this itinerary, I'd like to highlight a behind the scene of another one of our Go Local tours, a beautiful excursion that would allow you to discover Alaskan cuisine, which is quite sophisticated. It's a hands-on cooking class, so you will get to cook your own cuisine, discover indigenous ingredients and recipes, and prepare your own concoction, which you'll get to savor. And after that, we will go to a brewery for a tasting of craft beer. So another very exciting excursion. The excursions we've showcased today are just a few examples of the over 3,000 different excursions we have available. We also offer more traditional options that include private coaches, tours that require minimal activity, and evening excursions that take advantage of our late departures. We can even arrange for a private car and driver so you can completely customize your experience. Our new season launch includes our popular All Life Choice program, available in every category and on every published sailing. All Life Choice gives you the ability to select the amenities that work best for you, and it means that you're not purchasing a more expensive cruise with amenities you don't want. And beginning with our winter 21-22 launch, we now include free airport transfer when you choose All Life Choice with Air. This is an average value of $320 per stateroom. Plus, if booked by March 21 of 2021, you'll receive a $149 premium economy air upgrade, available on intercontinental flights only, on select voyages, and from select gateways. And if you book your cruise between November 12 to November 25, you'll get an additional exclusive offer of $200 shipboard credit per stateroom on all published sailings in Veranda and above with the cruise web. So with this slide, our presentation comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed our new itinerary launch for 2022. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are approaching our time limit, so I didn't get to take your questions, but someone from the Cruise Web team will follow up and answer any questions that may have come up on the chat box. Again, thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing to having you cruise with Oceania Cruises very soon again. Bye bye.